Well, I've been working on this and I decided I better start filming it because I'm getting too anxious to go further. So I did do okay, I'm just making sure I'm in the frame. So my camera, every time I set it up, it's a little bit different, but that's okay. I did do all of the gray up here, and I might darken it a teeny bit, but as far as that goes, that was done. So, and I worked on the face of my clock, and I did the little sign here. I just did it in the grays, and left a little bit of white in the middle. And I put some blue under here. And I started just doing like I did this. I was just going to put the light, cool, what is it, cool gray? Warm gray. To highlight everything. And I started, I was just moving too fast. And so I started doing the little swirls and a little bit in here, and I okay, I better stop and film this because I'm going farther than I wanted to, and I kind of, I get anxious. It's just I want to get it. I want to see what it's going to look like, and so I had I put down the taupe in all the little areas. Then I went and I put down the next gray, trying to just darken it up a little bit. And then I started doing some of the blue, but when I got up in here, I don't know what happened, but it wasn't looking right. So I ended up coloring all of this, and I want to deepen the blue up through here. So like this is the lighter part of the blue, and then I want to start making this darker. So I thought, okay, stop. And let's do this on camera. So I'm going to finish this up, and you'll probably have it by morning. I also looked up some really cool pictures of Moscow and these buildings, and they're really done in some of these colors. They're very colorful, very colorful. I knew they were, but so I'm going to go by the picture. So look up on Pinterest. Look up if you're going to do this. I'm going to do this next, because you know me, I like to do and bring the colors over, but there's even more beautiful colors. It's just unimaginable how beautiful these buildings are. They're in the midst of Moscow. So anyway, let's see if we can do this. So this is probably the harder part. So I was using the light ultramarine blue 140 in all of this. But now I'm going to switch to the ultramarine 120. And I'm just going to lightly start working my way up. This way, again, you didn't see all the boring parts of filling all this in, but I thought now you'll probably want to see. Let me get my little cushions. I do color a lot. So these truly help my fingers. It's probably like my little cushion in my chair started kind of getting more flat. And it's a good chair. I've actually bought 2 of these. I have one in Arizona that I probably will never see again, but they were really, really a good chair since I do most of my everything in this chair. So I bought one of those purple. I tried several things. And nothing, I mean, they helped a little bit, but nothing was really that great. So I got that one where you've seen the guy set on the cushion with an egg, and the egg doesn't break. I bought that. I did not set on it and try the egg thing. I wasn't sure about that thing, but nor did I just, anyway. Sorry, it made me laugh thinking of it. But it truly, truly is a comfortable cushion for my chair. So if anybody's little seats are getting sore from setting and coloring, I'm going to darken this again. That I went to Amazon and I got it at a really good price, and then they had, I don't think well, the one I had before and I sent back was like $50. Sometimes you think, well, it'd be cheaper than buying a new chair. True. But if it doesn't work any better than what's already on your chair, then it's not worth it at all. We're going to deepen these gray lines too, because these are just swirls of the steam. But I also want to work it into the nighttime. Does that make sense? That's my thought. Whether this is really going to work or not, I don't know. But I thought you might as well see whether it does or doesn't. I brought the yellow out a little bit so it would be underneath and make it look like the steam is kind of swirling around in here. I did work on my bricks a little bit. Not sure. But I like the top. I think it turned out okay. I might do a little more to it after I figure out whether or not this is gonna did I ruin my whole picture? Oh my goodness, I hope not. But I'm just gonna believe it's gonna turn out, and I'm gonna just keep working at it. Isn't that what I always say? Just keep working at it. Don't give up. So it's kind of like it disappears anyway off of the picture. So I was just thinking it can kind of go into the night, and the steam can kind of roll around in the night here. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. You know, you do what you can, and you leave it in. I always say, leave it in God's hands. Please help me get this done so I like it. Okay, now I'm leaving these at the top, but I want to come in with my next blue, and this is oh geez, I can't even talk tonight. let me read it. Cobalt blue. Cobalt blue. You know, I say these colors for years. Why am I having trouble now? Probably because I'm live and then I stop and think about it. And then I can't even do it. Alright, so we're just going to take a step darker. And we started about right here. You can't really tell. But we're going to just go up darker. And I want to get pretty dark by the time we get to here. So really that's the only thing. Our little cat finished this and the stars, and we will get this finished. Right or wrong, we're gonna do fine. It will all turn out pretty. It's already pretty. So we just have to keep our confidence up that this is gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. See, that's what I do. Everything's gonna be okay. You heard that little boy on Facebook? And he starts singing, "Don't worry, be happy. Everything's gonna be okay." He's so cute. He makes you believe everything is gonna be okay. There, I sang. That's how I do it. I sing to myself a lot, but never on camera. Now, I have sang at church, but when there's a lot of people around you, it's not like the same either. They're just singing. I started going to this little church. There's just a handful of people. It's a brand new kind of a church. And it just started. And the pastor just reads out of the Bible, and it's only the words. So it's a good church. And but they don't sing I don't think the people hardly sing. So sometimes I just want to sing. And I've had a few times they turn around and look at me. I'm like, "Don't look at me, sing." All right, now you're knowing that I am. I am just a little bit that way. Now I think we'll throw a lavender in here. Let's see what would be the closest without. Let's try this one. Just a little bit. Because in a beautiful evening, there's a lot of times there's lavender. But see how it's starting to darken? I'm going to darken all this a little more. I'm not sure what that thing is. Just a little swirl of smoke, probably. Or, I guess it's steam, not smoke. So I'm just mixing some of these colors to start darkening it. And look where the blue and the yellow, it kind of made it a green. I thought that was pretty. And since I really didn't know what I was doing or what's going to happen, I thought I would bring you along on this trip. Because I'm going to work on this until I get it done now tonight. Now I like the lavender and the blues. I'm going to make it darker yet. Until we bring it into a night sky. It doesn't have to be like we can mix some of this in here. I didn't mean to scribble, but I'll put some lavender down there in that steam. I'm just trying to make some of this look like it's swirling around with all of this. We'll see what we do over here. Let me look. I always have to stand up and look and see. Okay, I think we're getting there. And then we'll turn it sideways and work a little more. Now, do we want to go a little step darker with the blue? Now, try to keep my pencils like in a jar. These are greens and browns. And even though there's some browns in here, there's more reds and orangey kind of colors. It keeps them from falling on the floor. And it also keeps them, here's my yellows and some browns. And it does help when you have so many pencils out. It just kind of gets crazy. See, I could have just broke into that crazy. I'm crazy. Some of you probably don't even know what that song is. Crazy for loving you. Patsy Cline. Man, that's an old one, huh? I don't know why I'm in a good mood tonight. But sometimes you can't help it. When you're happy, you better grab it. I'm just trying to just keep working it. It's kind of an abstract off to the side here. But I was going to look. For another blue. Aha, we do not have all of our blues out. So let's see. This was the darkest and this was cobalt blue. Well, let me see what I got left in my pencil box. I don't want to go too dark right away or nothing like that. I don't want to make. There's two in here. Let's try this one too. I always try to look at the leads to see. This one really is a next step. Ordered me a new little bunch of pads. Okay. Yeah, see, it's just like a step over. And this one would be like the 3. Okay. So, let's try. Oh. I'll try this one. I'm not going to go too far down. We're just going to start right here. And I know that little... I keep thinking about getting that little machine that you take your books apart and you poke. It makes those little holes. And you put the little rings in there. Not round rings, they're discs actually. I don't know why that's not laying flat. This is getting pretty dark though, isn't it? I think I've accomplished what I wanted. I don't think I need to go any darker at all. That is going to look like a night scene. Right? And then down here, I'll just come back in. And I don't want to use this pencil. I don't know why I'm doing this, because I want to do a lighter. And just fill it in a little more. And I've got kind of a purpley color down underneath these clouds of steam. All right, I'm going to turn my book upside down. Just so you know, I didn't film upside down today. Oh my goodness. Okay. And we're all good. So we're going to do... Actually, I think that's a good center. Okay. I'm thinking start out with my lightest blue. I'm going to have to darken this under here a little bit too. It's definitely going to stand out. I'm not going to worry about my stars. I'm going to come back and erase. It's a nice quiet evening again. All the lawnmowers are shut off. All the loud cars are quieted. The ambulances seem to be quieted down. Before I colored, I would be in bed by I mean no later than 9 o'clock at the very latest. And now I take naps so I can stay up later. All right. I think I had the light color. And we'll just go over it with the light color. And we'll darken it up. Because it's nighttime. All right, I think we'll just bring this out a little farther. What's nice about these things, it also keeps my hands back so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to bring this up a little bit more. And then we can add some of the nighttime colors into it. I'm really, really pleased how this turned out. Although I wanted to make it just like my person that I've been watching and learning from. I decided just to do it similar, but do it in my own colors, my own style. And I think you do better. So if you're trying to do this one, if you want to do it in the same colors, go right ahead. I don't care. And you can claim it as your own, because it is. Because you can use the same colors, but it's your picture. I am kind of doing this heavy. Whoops, don't want to go there yet. But I do want to go with the darker blue, and I'm going to start at the top and work my way down to the center. And this is as dark as blue as I'm going, because by the time we add some purples, it is going to look like a beautiful night sky. And then I'm going to erase the stars, and I'm going to do something to make them probably bring some of the oranges and yellows into them. Now I'm going to lighten up. Lighten, lighten, lighten. I do like this. I think it turned out pretty. You know, I have doubts. When I start something, I have my doubts. But I've learned 3 colors. No matter what you're doing, you have to have at least once in a great while 2 will work. If it's really tiny. But if you can come up with 3 contrasting colors, it gives it such a different look. Kind of like it's completed. Okay, now we're going to slow down. Get these little bitty pieces in here. And I don't want it too dark down there. I just want it a little darker at the very top. Like right here. We could make it just a little darker underneath this little rod here. And just across the top. Deepen it. Now let's try adding a little of the lavender in here. And then we can take a burnishing pencil and we'll just bring it together. But I like the purple in the sky. And go around our little things. I need to give it a little coming together here. I like watching different people because if they're kind of like do similar to how I do. Sometimes they get real quiet, and I thought, I don't mind them getting quiet. It's just kind of like you start getting intent. Okay, so I had put in a little bit of yellow, so let me try just a little bit of yellow in this. And I have to be careful because it will turn this green, but I do kind of want a little bit of green up in here. Just a little bit. Okay, now, there you are. And I already have blue on here, so I'm not going to worry about it. And this is just a big burnishing paper. It's rolled paper, and I do have a little piece of sandpaper. I have a sand block that comes with it, but you can, after you use it up, just use a piece of sandpaper, and you're just going to sand it off. And so all I'm doing is burnishing it, letting the colors blend together. Oh, and I do want to put some up here, so remind me. So this you can go whichever way you need to. All you're trying to do now is just blend a little more and get rid of any white spots. And normally this will do the trick. See, I like that little bit of yellow in there because it's just adds a little more dimension to the sky colors. And we're going to go back and we're going to erase our stars so that they have, and I am pressing hard. You can go any directions. This part, it really doesn't at this point isn't going to affect but it's just going to blend from the light to the dark. I looked out the door a while ago before I came in here, and everything at the bottom of the sky was still like light, like it was still trying to hang on to the daylight. Isn't that pretty? I like the colors that it came out. This is actually pretty blended. I'm gonna have to come back and do this little piece there, but for right now, I'm gonna let it be. Just remember, you've got this color on there, so you don't want to hit. I mean, you can use it on your clouds. It's already put some blue in here. And it's just gonna, but we're gonna add some more colors in there. That just softens. And you can use a white, you can do whatever you want. This, for the skies, I like these. Okay. I'm probably getting on and off camera, not paying attention, just trying to get it done. Now I want to just do this little bit in this behind here. So I don't have to really add a lot of colors. We're just gonna deepen it. I didn't have to make this guy this dark, and you do not either. I just kind of wanted to. That was just my little. So I'm just trying to stay. It's like when I did the clock, I did the gray, then I came back and I just hit the numbers with the eraser and took the colors off and brightened up the black. So then you don't have to go back over the black and make a mess of that, because that's pretty hard unless you got a really steady hand. And my hand's pretty steady, but my eyes aren't as steady anymore. It depends what time of the year is. I think that's pretty, kind of brings it up into here. And I'm trying to just barely stay away from those black lines. And if a little white shows, it's gonna be fine, because it'll this one, isn't this the cobalt? Ultramarine blue, 120. This is the darkest that I've used. So what do we just have to work on this a little bit in our cat. And we're ready to head to Moscow. A lot of things going on right now. So I'm just going to color. Leave it in God's hands. I'm concentrating. Okay. I like that. One thing about it, if you work on it, if you're doing an oil painting or an acrylic painting or watercolor, anything, they always set it up to where they can see it. So they may leave it a day or two, and as they walk past it, I'm talking about artists like us, then they see if there's anything, any little details that need to be done. And I've done that so many times. And I'll pick it up and I'll work on it a little more. And I'm just going to get the corners here with this purple, because it just adds a little bit of ambiance. A romantic night at the train station. But just to go back and touch it up somehow is what they do. All right, we have underneath the train here. Let me move all these pencils. Okay, so we got underneath here. Well, I don't need to go that far. I've got my little piece of paper under there, so like, okay, move all the way over here. But actually, the center is over here. Okay, let me look. I think I need to darken those up just a little bit. Not a lot, but just a little bit with the darker pen. Okay. So, underneath this train, I'm going to put just a little bit of purple. Okay. And then, where's my... Let's just darken it up a little bit more. Because it is underneath the train. And I probably should give that train track a little bit more attention. And I see a wheel that I've missed. Oops. And we gotta come do our little cat. Wonder what color he is. And who he belongs to. Is he on his way to Moscow? I don't know. About right there, maybe. All right, let's take our dark gray. I think I got some red on there. Let's clean up our train track a little bit. Okay. It is colorful. I'm just going to darken it up. That's basically what I'm going to do. It still looks kind of... Where is it? Let's see if we can't highlight it a little bit. Okay. Maybe get a little bit of a shadow under here. Then we'll go over the top of it with some purple and change it back to now remember, if you're following along and this is just going too fast, pause it. Or there's 3 little dots and you can slow it down to whatever speed you want and just mute it and just watch it. All right, where's my soft blue, the baby blue? Let's work on this a little more. I'm just making little circles. This is just a puff of steam coming out of here. Leave some and we're going to come in here with some other color. So we're just making it a little. Let me sharpen it just a little bit. It's getting a weird edge to it. So I'm not going up into the gray, I'm just right in the gray. So I want it to keep looking like it's swirling around and around and around. These old steam engines. I've only seen them on TV. I've never seen one in person. I'm not, well, they could have been there when I was younger. I don't know. Probably, huh? Okay. Just keep it going. Just a little puff of steam. I'm thinking our kitty should be a Siamese kitty. I have this thing for little Siamese kitties. I always wanted one. I helped and lived with a couple that had one. She was so cute. But they also had, they have 8 cats. Now I'm telling you, we lived out in the country. They raised Arabian horses, and he got sick, very sick. And so my job at the boutique was coming to an end because another company bought it out. And they weren't going to keep it that what it was, because it was a high-end store, which was doing really good, but so I went to help them out. I went from a high-end clothing store to cleaning stalls and helping take care of a man that was passing away. Let's put a little bit of purple in here first. That was quite the experience. And he wanted to go home to California, so we took the horses, the dogs, the cats. I drove this great big truck. It's one of those that has more like a car, double passenger kind of thing, loaded full of stuff. And I had the dogs. She had the cats in her car with her husband. We were going from Grand Junction, Colorado to San Luis Obispo, and I'm driving this big old honking truck. And she decides to stop in Las Vegas to get some coffee and just get out of the... Well, try driving some big old truck like that through those garages. She did lose me. She did find me again. Oh my gosh, what an experience. What an experience. And I'll tell you, I was afraid of horses. I grew up with horses, but I was still very leery of them. And I learned a lot. We'd have to take the little ones out every morning, put them up every night. And one time they went somewhere, and I was there in that big old house, out in the country, and the coyotes and the colts were out. And I didn't know that the mothers would, protect them. I didn't know if the coyotes would get the mothers. I didn't know nothing. So I didn't know what to do. So I took there was a big old porch on the back, big, and I took some lids and I banged them, and that didn't seem to bother them. So I put this a little stereo with the speakers out there and turned it up, thinking they're going to think somebody's home and they're not going to come. They didn't do anything, but everybody had a good laugh at my expense. I didn't know. And I'm not a brave person with coyotes either. So that was quite the experience. Tons and tons of stories. In 73 years, there are lots of stories. of makes it pretty colored, huh? I'm just using this to lighten it and blend it and burnish it on down. Okay, I went over my windows and I don't have a skinny white one that's gonna work. So I'm gonna wait a day or two, but I will put some little lines where these little lines are in white, and it'll make it look like a window. And then I'm gonna erase my stars. They don't have to be perfect, just enough to make them light enough. There's another one there. Okay. It's a little bubble. Just take off a little corner of these. Okay. All right, so I have this kind of orangey, so it's dark Naples. And let's try, because the blue's in the background, these aren't going to be bright, except for that one. And then we could put some glitter on them. But they stand out, and I did do a little too much right there. Let's see if I can cover it. I did. Let's get one that's got there where I can get up in there. Just see it close enough where I erased. Okay. Okay. So let's do our little cat. I do like this. I think that all those colors turned out pretty. So I'm going to take my warm gray. Oh, I got it right. And I'm going to do his little face. And little paws. I'm going to tip his little tail. And do some of his little ears. Okay. So then, where is, I've made a little Siamese cat. Where is it? Let me just get a, I think it's in World of Wonders. Let me look. Let me see. No, it's not in this. Yeah, it is. There he is. There he is. There he is. Where'd he go? Here he is. Okay. So I just gave it a little bit of gray. I need to darken some of this. Okay. All right. Now I have a visual. I know where we're going, and we need to make just a little bit darker. Let me get all my pencils out from under that book. So what color did you, I bet you it was in, okay, well, I'm thinking it's in the Prisma colors. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Got my mouth open. Should be closed. Well, because that's more of a brown. A very shoot. This is what I'm talking about. You go from one set to another set and you go, okay, what would be close to that? So what would be, I don't think this will work, but let's see. I just go over the top of it. No, that's going to turn it kind of yellowy. Well, he's just going to have to be whatever he turns out to be. I wanted him to be, but he's not. Okay. Well. What about this one? Oh, this is Prisma. What did I have it out for? Well, you can see the oil went right into that paper. Okay. So, we're gonna just figure something else out. Sometimes they're gray. Let's try this. Alright, where is that color? Let's try putting this color over the top of it. Now I'm going to find my lightest gray. Not that pretty. Here. Let me sharpen it. I'm just gonna softly go around his little face. Darken it under his little double chin. He's been eating a lot of tuna. Down in here. And we'll deepen these. Be a shadow here and down in here, across his little bow, down in here. It's between his little feet. Okay, I lost track of what that was. And on the other side, just come down his little back, down the tail, around his bottom, and we did put a little bit of shadow underneath him already. Alright, he's starting to look a little better. Just going to darken our shadows. He's going to be so cute, somebody's going to take him home. He belongs to this guy here. Maybe he went to get the tickets. I didn't really want to come down that far. That's the end of his little tail is. Okay. Let's try putting just a little bit of brown in there. It's got to be a really light touch, because you don't want it to darken too quickly. He might just end up being just a gray cat. I don't know. Okay, maybe that will work. Putting some brown over the top of it now. I'll change it more into the color I wanted it to be. It is. Not exactly, but closer. Just work it until we get it right. Okay, we might come back in. We'll do something more with that. I just want him to be so cute, because he is. All right, I think we got it all covered. So now, I'm just thinking. He's not exactly, but he's close, huh? He's close. Let's take a peach and put a little peach in his ears. Just a little. And his nose is black, so you can't really. And I like little animals with little rosy cheeks, because they're happy. Right? Just a little bit. Okay. Let's take our dark brown and go in and go over our black lines carefully. I think he turned out cute. I like him. I like him a lot. Just a teeny bit. Just blend it around just to give a little highlight. And this isn't blending. Let's try it again. Let's just bring in a teeny bit of that color into him and giving him just enough. Is it a him or her? I don't know. Just bringing all these little pieces back to where you can see them clearly. And I think it was a success on this little cat. I just love him. I do. I'm happy. I didn't think he was going to turn out, but he did. Let's just bring this in a little bit more, and then we'll put his eyebrows back again. I like him. I don't want to mess with him much more. So what color are we going to make his little bow? We got to pick a color in here. And how about this green? Where is it? Let's pick that color. And that will just, I'll pick a highlighting color to go over it. Okay. I'm just thinking which color is this one gonna work? Let me sharpen it. I get all my pencils individually from Jet Pen. It's where all the Japanese mostly are all kinds of products. But if you can't find it and you're not close to someplace, they're $2.80 a pencil for the polychromo and $1.80 for the Prisma, and it's Jet Pen. You can't find it, send me a message and I will look it up for you. But I'm not that close to where I can go find a place to buy individual pencils. And if you buy a certain amount, I don't know, maybe it's $50, I don't know. So I wait until I have a big need. Or I have somebody surprises me and I have extra money. What do you think? I like his little bow. Just blend this a little more. Leave these little highlights. And this was a good color. This is earth green. I bought 2 of these pencils when I bought. So I bought a lot of green pencils between Prisma and Polychromo. And some I doubled up on just because I could at the time. But so actually I think we're done, but wait, don't leave me yet. Let's find in my little box, how about star dust for our little stars. So hang on, let's see, am I in frame? Yep, we're almost done, just a little bit more. Whoops, you're not supposed to do that. Actually, I should be doing this over something. So as it comes out, you can kind of pick it up and you just barely want to touch this stuff. So when you're looking through your book or somebody you're showing it to, they're going to see the little stars and they're going to pick up this yellow. Did I get them all? Okay, and I think this just needs some help here, so I'm going to put some of this into this. Just right here. Just a tiny bit. And it will draw your eye to this beautiful sparkles. I like this one. This really picks up the blues because it's got the blues in it. It's got the blues. How about our little bubbles? Let's put some on our little bubbles. I guess they're bubbles. Wait, there's one. And there, and there, and there, and there. There. Oh, and there's some little stars in here, but we won't draw attention to them. We're just gonna put a little dab will do ya. Maybe go over our black lines. Not a lot, just there's some more little dots. More little dots. This is so much fun. This is the part I like. And then I go put my book in a very safe place for the night. And I'm the only one here. I don't even have my little dog anymore, so she's in heaven. I do need to come back in here and fix that. I did mess that up a little bit. Let's do these little bubbles. Even the little black ones. I'm just going to give them a little shine. Okay. How about the hands on the clock? It's nighttime, and you can see I'm just going to turn it over and get these little dots here. Okay. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else. But I think we're done. I might come in and deepen this just a little bit with the dark. And I should have done that before I did anything else, but I didn't. So let's get it in frame. And you know what, let's put just a little bit in this. Oh, I know what the M is for, mascara. Oh, okay, yeah. And you can just put a little bit on this M. And that's good. That's all I'm going to do. Except for when I get my new Posca pen, do the little white lines in the window. Very, very light. So, I think we did a good job. I like it. If you like it, let me know. Subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. That really encourages me if you stop and take a second and give me a thumbs up. It's I'm just looking. Well, if nobody's told you today that you have value and you have worth, I'm telling you, you are valuable and you do have great worth. And there's always someone, somewhere that you can encourage. So even if it's a smile, give some encouragement out today. Let someone know that you thought they were valuable enough to talk to them or smile at them or something. Let's start spreading some love around. Okay? Thank you. And thank you to all my wonderful, wonderful subscribers. You don't know how excited I get when I see the subscribers go up and up and up. Because I really haven't been on, not even a month yet. So, bless you all. Have a great, great day if you watch this tomorrow. Love you. Bye.